Hello everybody and welcome to another toy review. In today's video, thanks to the team over at Robot Kingdom, I'm taking a look at 3 more of the Hiya Exquisite Mini Predator series figures. I have the Elder Predator, the Warrior Predator, and the Boar Predator. The Warrior I liked, but the Elder and Boar were always my favourites. I had those in the NECA 1/4 scale as well. Really loved those figures. Now, of course, these are made by Hiya Toys, and they are what they say on the tin. These are little tiny miniature masterpiece figures. I reviewed these in the past, and they're really nice. I had some additional store credit to use with Robot Kingdom, and these had just come up. I thought, yes please. And just taking a look at the back of the box, we find out how to contact Hiya Toys, and then we have pictures of all of our Predators, kind of armed and then unarmed. Really do love these. Starting off with the Elder Predator, really gorgeous looking figure. I love the paint applications, especially on something so small. Amazes me how they do it. We've got his skull there on his belt, really good flesh tone, and look at the face. It's a face only a mother could love. Got the fishnets going all over the body. Not a fan of the side knee, it's very bland. And we've got the stamps on the base of the feet. Now, the articulation on these is pretty much all the same. We do get some up and down on that head. The hair is rubber, but it does still hinder the articulation slightly. I love this kind of skull necklace thing going on as well. We get upper torso rotation there, left and right. The shoulders can come out to the side. They are on a ball socket. Upper bicep rotation there. There's a single jointed bend on the elbow and a rotation. We also get a rotation and a pivot up and down on those wrists. The waist itself just rotates in that upper diaphragm section, so legs can come this far forwards and out to the back, out to the side, hindered by the side skirt, which does rotate. Upper thigh rotation, not 1 but 2 bends on those knees, and pivot forwards and backwards and rotation on these feet, although they don't really want to pivot forward as much as I'd like. You're kind of forced to use the peg holes on these because they're not the easiest figures to balance. You can't get it in an overly natural pose. Now, Elder does come with accessories. He comes with these base plate sections, which is pretty much what every one of these Predator figures come with. You just pop these pieces in like so, and then you join the next piece on, and they all hold together nicely. He comes with his staff, really nice paint on there. Obviously that could be held. He comes with his knife or sword, whatever you'd like to call that. Really nice wrap on there, and with a bone as the handle. As standard, he comes with these gripping hands, and we get open palm hands, again with nice painted bone sections on there, and the webbed fingers. And being the Elder Predator, he also comes with that gun that he gives to Danny Glover. Yeah, did it belong to Billy the Kid, I think, wasn't it? And these do look exceptionally good when you get them all posed up. His sword stroke knife thing does fit nicely into that holster as well, although it does sit very close to his chest, so you kind of have to just work it. I mean, there's a lot of flex in it, and it will keep bending nicely, but love how the Elder Predator looks. Next up, we have the Warrior Predator. I always saw this one as kind of the hunter-gatherer. Love this raised section up over his shoulder, and it's a really good coloration as well. Now, he doesn't come with an extended staff, he only comes with this kind of retracted one, and he also comes with one of his discs. They can just peg in on here using these two holes, or he kind of grips them and he can throw them. Now we do have the spread fingers that comes with this set as well. I love just kind of that look to him. He's kind of really beefed up on his shoulders. The coppery kind of brassish tone over here is really nice as well, and he's kind of splattered and dirty. Again, we've got the kind of coloration around the knees, although it does appear to be better paint applied on those legs there as opposed to the Elder Predator. Got that really nice covering on his spine there. Come around to his wrist. Again, nice paint applications. Yes, there's people out there that can paint their toys, and yes, they can probably do a better job than some of these, but I can't paint. And for me to have these little mini masterpiece Predators, they sit on your shelf, they look incredible, and they don't take up hardly any room. Loads of range on this guy. Much more going on there than the Elder Predator, but of course we do have the face mask on. Now these cannot be removed. I have tried in the past, and there's just a glue and a hole underneath there, which is a shame, I guess, but of course we do get a second base piece as well. These can be joined, like I mentioned, by plugging this on there, and they line up with these. Much like the Elder Predator, he doesn't want to stand overly well because the feet kind of tilt, but they don't tilt the right way. But he's the one I'd most like to be dynamic, because he's kind of going out there and he's getting really stuck in. But I love how these look. There's a lot of options. Obviously you can mix and match with the weapons as you see fit, but I'm just a huge fan of what Hiya are offering here. And lastly, but by no means least, we have the Boar Predator with one of my favourite masks. Love the little skull there on the chest. Really nice colouring here. No shoulder mounts, just a bog standard netted suit. It kind of looks very kind of gladiatorial, I guess. It's a good looking figure. Now, with regards to weapons, he comes with his extended staff. Again, very similar to what we've seen before. Only I had a hair from the factory. Ooh, tisk tisk, Hiya Toys. And then we get the staff closed. It's not an exact replica because this one doesn't have a hair on it. Again, we get the disc, which can be placed either on this belt piece by lining up those circle pegs like so. These hands are kind of an open running hand. I would have really liked them to be able to hold the disc, or if we have a stand or something over here so that he can be throwing the disc with that hand. But unfortunately the only real hands that hold either of the weapons are just these standard kind of gripping hands where we can just hold it in like so. But would have also liked somewhere for his staff to be stored, but as it stands he will have to hold it and just walk around with it. All the joints etc on these are made of a rubbery plastic, so no real fear of anything breaking when we twist and turn them. And much like we got with the Warrior Predator, we've got really nice range of motion on that head, and the dreads don't really hinder that at all. So it's just the Elder really with all of that shoulder-mounted missile. It's a little bit lacking when it comes to posability. And here we have them all together as a team. Don't they look exceptional? You can obviously have all of these square base plates in a row as well and have all of your Predators displayed. Now, Hiya Toys also do the Aliens line as well, so we can get some Xenomorphs in there. I believe they actually do the vehicles. I'm not sure if they cancelled those. I know they were definitely planning on making the Alien vehicles. But for a 1/18th scale, which is a kind of odd scale, I guess, these are exceptional. I am really, really happy with how these come out. They're not the cheapest of pieces, but at the same time, they're definitely not the most expensive. I kind of see them as being a kind of upper class, smaller version of the NECA kind of 1/12 scale. I just think the details are slightly better on these, but it's those feet. The feet are the biggest drawback for me. That slight tilt on those ankles does make kind of displaying them and posing them without the use of these bases almost impossible. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you for making these reviews possible, and Robot Kingdom for sourcing the figures. Until next time, from myself and the Warrior, Elder and Boar Predator, thanks for watching. Goodbye.